Hello guys, welcome back to this CSS tutorial. Abdi here again. Alright, so today we're gonna continue over our last lesson. We're gonna learn more today about like transitions and CSS. Transitions can be really helpful when it comes, let's say, to objects. For example, let's say we want an image to move, let's say, from a site to another. If an image is smaller, we want like to, let's say, grow bigger. If an image is bigger, we want to become smaller. But instead of that happening immediately, we want it like to happen smoothly, okay? Like let's say slowly, okay? So it will not look like the image or the object will not look like awful, okay? So all right, let's dive in. Let's start, okay? I'm gonna try to make this like today's lesson like a little quick. All right, so we're gonna say here class main, and here we're gonna say image. Okay, we're gonna use it like the image as our like example. Image HTML5.png. Hold on, png, and what else? Alt. Let's just say HTML5. The width. Want the width to be how much? Let's say 1000, so we can control it later. 1000 height. We want the height to be let's say 300. Okay, great. Let's go up there, refresh. This is our image. See, when we're gonna go here, let's use today like an external CSS file. Okay, here we're gonna say link again, and then rel and style sheet, and style sheet, then the source. The source is just h1.css, so we're gonna use this file right here. Okay, so that's it. Save. Go down here. We're gonna say, hold on, dot main. We use like that because it's not ID again. Okay, it's class, so we use a dot. Here, the position, we're gonna say the position. Let's say relative. Remember, we saw positions like on our previous lesson. So if you haven't seen that, please go back to our previous lesson, and then you can come back and continue. All right, position, and then let's use padding or margins. Let's use margin, and then we're gonna say 15 pixels. Okay, great. Then here we're gonna say image, and let's say image like the width. We want the width to be 100 pixels, and then height. Let's say the height auto. Okay, so like we don't have to control it. Auto like this, and then we can say like transition. Transition, like there are different ways like how we can like declare transition. See here we can declare each one, like you see here there's like duration, like delay, timing function, there is property, there is origin. Or we can just use like transition like this and use them all like at once. We can say, for example, here let's say the width, when the width to change like 2 seconds. Okay, so this is like the transition property, and here this is the transition like duration. Okay, we can do like this, and then we can define like the timing function. Let's say, for example, ease like this. The transition timing function, there are like different values. Okay, there is like ease, there is linear, there is ease in, there is ease in out, there is ease out, and there is cubic Bezier, I guess, if I'm saying it right, if I remember correctly. Okay, so for ease specifies like transition effect, like with a slow start, then it goes fast, okay, and then it goes slowly again. Okay, so it starts slowly, like moving, let's say, bigger, and then it becomes like it starts fast, and then it goes slowly again. I'm gonna show you, of course, like each one at a time. Okay, we can also use here delay. For example, let's say 2 seconds, or let's say 1 second. Like how long, for example, when we click or whatever want like the action to do, and then it's gonna become bigger. Let's say here image. And then here we're gonna use like a pseudo, like in CSS, see, right here. And then we're gonna say hover, okay, because we want to do something, we're gonna hover over the image. And here we're gonna say the width, when the width to become 100%. That's it. Okay, let's refresh. Right now it's gonna wait 1 second, like the delay, and then it's gonna go like smoothly, like it's gonna become bigger. If we remove here like the delay, it's gonna go, see, we just hover and then it's gonna become bigger. And then if we hold on, let's remove here this one right here, and we're gonna put it down here. Look what's gonna happen right now when I hover. see, it goes like smoothly, right? But when I remove, it goes back like it's awful, okay? So all I need to do is just to make sure that it's here, not in the hover, because when, like, the moment I remove my cursor over the image, it goes back like immediately, okay? So if we remove it like this, we're gonna click here, see, hover. So, you know, this doesn't work. You shouldn't do that like with the website, you know, that's a crime. All right, so like this, okay? We can also do like I showed you before, like this, and we're gonna say, hold on, sorry, property, like this, we're gonna say the width, and here we're gonna say again transition duration, let's say 2 seconds, and transition duration, you know, is how much, like how long it takes C to becomes bigger. See, this is immediately, okay? So we want it like to take 2 seconds. We can also, for example, say 5 seconds here. What else? And then we're gonna say like transition, like timing function. Here, then we're gonna say, let's say linear, like this, linear. There we go. And we can also use delay, but we don't want to use delay. But we can, you know, we can say here, we can say transition delay like this, and then we're gonna say, I'm gonna say here 0 seconds, okay? So because I don't want it to delay, or we can just remove it. Because I don't want it to delay, I don't want to delay it, I just want to like hover, and then I want it to become bigger. See, right now it takes 5 seconds to become like, to get like to the full size, okay? And you can do like this not just to the images, we can do this like to a lot of things. For example, if we go back, we remove, or let's not, let's I want to show you something actually with like some cool things actually we can do like with the positions, because the thing I haven't showed you like last time. Let's remove this one, like for the image here, okay? And here for the image, let's remove the transition, and let's just leave the height like this. Hold on, the height, and we're gonna say 100%. Okay, 100%. Let's remove the space like this, and we're gonna go up here. We're gonna create a new like dev here, like inside, like children dev ID. Let's give them like identical IDs. Let's say my text. All right, and then we're gonna say class. Want the class to be, let's say this one center, like this, and the center we're gonna say center, like this, and dev ID my text, and here class, let's say top, hold on, tier right, close, top right, and then we're gonna say, hold on, another dev, and then another ID my text, because one, like I said before, like to have identical like IDs, so we can control them all at once instead of like using like a lot of CSS. So, you know, we can like save space, because it's actually important sometimes, you know, like to make the CSS, for example, you know, the CSS file, you know, like the size smaller, so the websites can load faster. Because there are like in some countries where they have like let's say the internet, it's very slow, so like the more heavier a website is, like the more customers or the more visitors you're gonna lose. Okay, class, and here we're gonna say, let's say to left, like top left, like this, and we're gonna say top left. Okay. All right, let's just leave it like with top left and center and right. Okay, then we're gonna go down here, image width, and here we're gonna say, let's say hash, and then my text. All right, here dot yes, center, and center position absolute. Okay, want the center to be like how far we want it to be from the top. We're gonna say 50%. And also let's see what else, the width, let's say 100%. Well, let's remove the width. Without the width here, we're just gonna go ahead and say text align, like this, and we're gonna say center, and here we're gonna say font size. Want the font size to be 18 pixels, and then transition. Want the transition to be let's say how much, We're gonna say font size. Hold on. Font size 2 seconds, and let's say linear again. Linear. What else? Let's also add like some border in there. Let's say border, and you're gonna say here. Let's say 5 pixels solid black, and border radius. Let's say 5 pixels. All right, great. Let's copy like the same thing here. We're gonna go down here. We're gonna say tail left, position absolute, top 8, just 8 pixels. And then text align. Let's remove text align here. And we're gonna say left. How much you want it to be like far from the left? Let's say 18 pixels. Let's copy it again. And we're gonna go down here, T right. Okay, position absolute, red. Let's change the color to red. Okay, here we're gonna say right. Great. Right now let's go refresh. Hold on, let's use opacity on our image. Opacity 0.1. What else? Let's use like the color, like of the text color. Want the color to be white. Or actually, I think with opacity we don't need that anymore. Let's go up here. All right, great. All right, so when we click here, hold on, you can see here there is no transition. Hold on. All right. So the problem we forgot to add here was when to change the font size. Want the font size to be 18 pixels. No, let's say, hold on, 30 pixels because it's already 18 pixels. 30 pixels, and also the border size, the border radius, I mean. Want the border radius to change, let's say 15 pixels, 50 pixels. All right, let's see right now how it's gonna change when we're gonna refresh. All right, so you can see here the border changes. Hold on, the text is not in the center. Center top. Yeah, hold on. Top width here 100%. All right, let's go back up, refresh. All right, there we go. You can see here how the border like becomes bigger. See, and then the border goes back to normal. Also with the right and with the left. Okay, see, so this is like small transitions. So you can use, the same, like for example, say for an image, or say for an object, if you want to, for example, boxes, or anything. If you want to move, transitions is very, very, very helpful. All right, what else? Let's see. And also, actually, I wanted to mention something. Like we always talked about how, for example, say if we leave CSS, let's say there's CSS there, but if we leave, for example, say CSS here, it's gonna override. Let's say if we remove here style, it's gonna override everything that we put, let's say in here, or like on the CSS, like on the top, okay? Because this one is like loaded first. The reason that's because, it's like there is priority, let's say, for the CSS. So, we can, for example, make sure that, let's say if we want something, let's say an element here, this one here, okay, we have CSS here, okay, we have CSS here, and we don't want this CSS to change, okay? For example, let's say here, let's say a border, for example, okay, we can say here for the top left, let's say, hold on, style, and here we're gonna say border, and like this, let's say how much, let's say 10 pixels solid black, okay, like this. And then we're gonna go back, refresh. You can see here it's override the CSS we put in there. We also, for example, if we also like put CSS here, it's also gonna override like this CSS we have here. And also What else? For example, let's say if we do want this CSS like to be overridden, okay? Let's say which one? We change this one, right? We're gonna go here. Hold on, let's remove this one. We're gonna go here, and then here we're gonna say important. See, like this. Right now, and we're gonna go back, refresh. See, it's not gonna be overridden by whatever we put here, because right now we changed the priority, okay? We said this is more important to me than whatever else is in there. So if anything else, let's say, is on the top here, or if I put anything here on the bottom, see of the file, it's not gonna override what I already have here, what I have important on, okay? So if I remove important again, hold on, if I remove important right now again in the refresh, you can see that it's been overridden again by that CSS that we have in there. If I also take this CSS here, okay, let's remove this CSS here. This one is till left, right? We're gonna go here, and then here we're gonna say again that till left. See, like this, T left. See, like this, and then it's still gonna override like that CSS that's on the top. See, it is still overridden. But the solution here, like I mentioned, is all we need to do is just add, important, like this, important. That's it, and then this is not gonna be overridden by anything. Okay, so there we go. It's still red as we specified here. Let's see what else. Okay, that's it guys, like for transitions. Actually, I want to show you something else before like we end this lesson. All right, let me show you something else like real quick. Let's remove this stuff here. Let's go remove everything we have here in CSS. Okay, let's remove everything. All right, let's go here. Let's go again, get some text. Okay, I already have something selected from yesterday, I guess. All right, so we're gonna go here. We're gonna say, let's say dev class my dev, like this, and here we're gonna close it, and here first p like this, and I'm gonna remove this one here, and I'm gonna put it on let's say each one, for example, each one, or let's put just like this without each one, okay, like this. Let's go refresh. All right, so here is like where let's say pseudo like classes or elements come in. For example, let's go to the CSS again. We're gonna go down here, then we're gonna say dot, or we're just gonna say dev, just like this, okay, like this. This is for elements, okay? Remember, for elements we use 2 columns. For classes, like for class, like pseudo class, we use 1 element. So right now for elements we're gonna use 2. Okay, for elements, let's say, for example, we can use, there's like a lot of things we can use. Let's say, for example, here, like first line or first letter. Let's say first letter like this, and we want the first letter to be, let's say, color blue, okay? And then we're gonna say here font, let's say font size, we want the font size to be let's say 20 pixels. That's probably a lot. Let's say 15 pixels. All right, so right now when we're gonna go refresh, you can see here the letter changed like its color. Font color like size, let's say 30 pixels. Let's refresh. You can see here W become bigger because this is the first letter in here, like in dev. If we also did like this, like the same, for example, say P here, like this. See, the first letter in P, it's gonna become see here, like blue and also big. Instead of first letter, we can see here, for example, like first line, okay? So we're gonna go refresh. See, the whole first line become bigger, and also it's like its color changed. We can also add things, for example, let's say before the element. Let's change this one like back to first letter, and we're gonna go down here. We're gonna say let's say, okay, we're gonna say here P, and then we're gonna say before, okay? For example, like this, before. We can add here right now something before the element. Let's add an image, for example, okay? Let's say before, we're gonna say content, okay, like this, and then we're gonna say like link, and then we're gonna say html5.png. Okay, let's copy the same thing here. We're gonna add it here, and then we're gonna say like after. Okay, so here, this one, it's gonna add like the content here that we defined here, which is an image before this text, okay, before this p, and the other one is gonna add it after. So let's save and let's go refresh. You can see here there is an image before and there is an image after. Okay, let's see if we also add here like PR like this. We're gonna go refresh. All right, there you go. You know, it's very simple and it's very easy. Okay, let's go like to classes as well. So for class, like I said before, let's say for example p, like this. Okay. Let's see. Actually, for p we already saw before. You know, for example, like when we did before, like hover, like text, like my text, or let's say for example, let's say dev. Okay. What else? Let's say dev, and then hover like this, and then what we want to do. Let's first do something here. Let's say dev, or let's say p, and then we're gonna say display, and then we're gonna say none, like this. Okay. And background color, let's add some RGB. Let's say RGB. Yeah, RGB like this. Let's say red, blue. Okay, hold on. Okay, just like this. Remove this one here and say RGB. Okay, what else? We're gonna go down here, padding, and let's say 15 pixels. Okay, right now save, first refresh. Okay, see, everything is hidden. Right now here on hover, we're gonna say hover, and then like this p, like hover for p. What want to happen is I want it like to, let's say display, and then we're gonna say block. Okay, we want to display the p back. Okay, so let's refresh. See, when we hover over like this lorem, see, then it displays. See, hover, then it displays. Hover, it displays. So this is classes, okay, and there is a lot of them, because also as like you saw last time, there was, for example, what there was, like for example, like visited. Remember when we created like navbar with active? So this is classes. Okay, we can also do something like let's say first, hold on, like first child, like this, and then we're gonna say here, instead of, let's remove this one here. Okay, and then we're gonna say color, and we want the color to be aqua. Fresh. See, the first child is aqua. Okay, because this here, you can see here, hold on, let me show you something else. Let's remove, this is a lot of text here. Let's do just, hold on, let's remove from here. Okay, like this. Then let's copy this p right here, then add here, let's say, and like another p. Okay, let's refresh. You can see here only, hold on, you can see here this one is not like blue, but you can see here the children are blue. Okay, let's see what else. We can also do something like this. Fresh. Hold on. All right, there we go. What else? What else? We can also do, let's remove this one back, and we're gonna say here and like this, and then we're gonna go here like back, and then we're gonna say here first, instead of first child, we're gonna say like first child, like this. Refresh. See, right now they are all blue. Okay, let's see. We can also do something like this. Okay, like first child. See, like first child of everything, like everything in here. Okay, then it's gonna like make its color aqua. Let's see. All right, yeah, okay, guys. So that's it for today. Again, if you have any question, please feel free to leave your question like in the comment section or like in the Q&A. I'll make sure to answer whenever I can. And also, like always, I always recommend again using like W3 Schools because it's like full of content that you can learn from. Like always, because like I said before, every developer uses W3 School because it's almost impossible, like to memorize all the tags, all the properties in like programming languages. All right, guys, that's it for today. See you on the next lesson.